So that was Chris Brown and Beautiful People. So up next we've got Tope and Tamara from Centered to do their interview.
Thanks for having us, man.
Nah, that's cool, guys. That's cool. So, you having a good day?
Yes, right.
Are you having a good day?
Of course, of course. Look at the weather outside. Look at the view. It's lovely out here. So, my first question to you is, can you please tell our listeners just a little about yourself, please?
Okay, my name is Tope. I'm from Hertfordshire. Well, I live in Hertfordshire. I used to live in Bedford. And yeah, I'm doing this campaign that we're going to let you know about soon.
I'm Tamara. I don't really know what to say about myself. I'm part of Uprising, part of Centered. I currently work for Action for Children. That's pretty much it.
So you work for Action for Children as well?
Who else works for Action for Children?
I'm just asking, you work for
Oh,
Action for
what you
Children?
meant, someone else? Yeah, I do. But I'm starting my next job next week.
What's that involving?
That's working for Westminster Drugs Project.
Ooh,
Drug worker.
Go on, I like the sounds of that. So, my next question was, tell us about your group and where did you meet? But you both kind of answered that a little, but tell us about your group anyway.
There are 3 other people in our group. Me and Tope are just 2 of them. So there's Chris, Amy and Victoria. And they couldn't be here today though, unfortunately, so we just got the 2 of us. But we all met at Uprising last year.
Yeah, so how you find an Uprising?
Yeah, it's really good getting all networking and meeting like all sorts of new people with the same ambition and drive. It's really good.
Yeah, everyone's really nice.
Sounds good. So you'd recommend it to people then, yeah?
Definitely. I think we're making friends for life, aren't we?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So how did you all come up with the idea and what is the main purpose of Centered?
I think Victoria came up with the idea, didn't she? Of like mental health, sort of focusing on that and how we can sort of reduce the stigma in Bedford. We all sort of jumped on the bandwagon and got really into it really. So Centered looks specifically at reducing the stigma of mental health, specifically depression in young men in Bedford.
And at university, I worked as a residential assistant, which is a welfare role. So I dealt with a lot of students with anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia. So when the opportunity came to do this campaign, I was really up for it.
The idea of Centered is to sort of, we feel that men in general are less likely to approach services that can help them overcome their mental illness or whatever they may be experiencing. So we're sort of there to guide them in the right direction of where they can go and where they can get help.
Excellent. So you basically just answered my next question. Thank you for that, guys. Very helpful, very helpful.
What was your next question?
My next question was, why did you decide to target young people? But obviously it's quite clear because not many young people are going to come forward and say, this is my issue, which I personally believe you're all doing a good thing. So I take it's close to your heart.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's close to everyone's heart. And when we went to the Dragon's Den night, when we sort of did like a presentation, one of our questions was who here knows anyone that's suffering with depression. And I don't think anyone in the room didn't put their hand up today. So it's close to everyone's hearts.
Definitely. So, how do you plan on raising awareness amongst the community?
Well, we've got the Facebook and Twitter running, and we're also working with one of the most well-known mental health charities in the UK, which is mine. We're working with the Bedford branch, which is based in the Wellbeing Centre. They do similar campaigns such as Worries, Thoughts and Feelings, and Calm, which is the campaign against living miserably. So yeah, it's just a lot of promotion and signposting to places where there are help, because people don't know where to get the services are.
We've got a website which is centredbedford.org.uk. It's just been up and running for about a week or so, is it?
Yeah.
And we're trying to get everyone to go to that website because that's got all the information you need to know, including the services you can go and where you can go. So we're getting there.
So you all got your own website already?
Yeah.
Wow, you're moving forward at some fast pace. So you was talking about Mind and Calm. Obviously, I know about Mind from being on Uprising with you guys. How are you going to work with Mind in some of the projects that they do? Because I know they're launching some new projects as well.
What sort of projects do you have in mind?
Well, they was talking about doing the videos, making the production with Mind.
I know we went to visit, didn't we?
Are you planning on getting involved with some of the things that Mind are planning to do, or?
We're sort of hoping to get their expertise really, mostly of how you would promote your services,
how you approach
people, and any ideas they can give. And we're hoping to work with them for a long time to come. Their projects are mainly for Mind specifically, but we're hoping to get them each other on board really on future projects that we can put in the centre. So.
Yeah, because there's not too many campaigns like ours that just focus on males. Because like depression, like the statistics say that it's more common in women than it is men, with 1 in 4 women experiencing it compared to 1 in 10 men. But the reason is that because it's hard to identify the symptoms in men, because even doctors, like GPs, sometimes when a man and woman have the same symptoms, they still find it hard to diagnose depression in the male.
They're more likely to diagnose the women with depression, aren't they? But even though there are less men that suffer with depression, in statistics, 75% of suicides in the UK are
Committed by men, yeah.
So
And
it highlights a big.
And high-profile names that have been public about depression are, the cricketer Andrew Flintoff, boxer Frank Bruno, comedian Lenny Henry. So Ricky Hatton as well. He said that's going to be like the biggest battle of his life. So it is in the public. So what we're trying to do is raise awareness and tackle that taboo that that males we can't talk about it. That we should be ashamed when we really shouldn't, because it really needs to be highlighted that depression is an illness.
So would you feel that it is, in a sense, sort of put on males to not be able to openly express if they're suffering from depression and other?
Yeah, I think so. It's like a big stereotype, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the cultural factors that been in mankind since the beginning of time, that males shouldn't show emotion or vulnerability. They should always like man up, things like that. So yeah, that's why with our campaign, our like tagline is "Don't mask depression." So the mask is basically symbolizes concealment and hiding your true emotions. So we want people to take the mask off and know where they can get the services.
Part of our campaign is we're doing it on Facebook. We've got a nice little logo with a guy with a mask on his face, and it says "Don't mask depression." We aim to get as many people as we can to put that as their profile picture in Mental Health Week at the end of May. So please help us.
Excellent, that sounds good to me. So let me ask, what is your Facebook and Twitter? Get it out there, plug it.
Okay. Twitter @centered_Bedford, and that's centered as in CENTRED, and then obviously Bedford BEDFOR. And our Facebook, just type in the search engine Centered Bedford, and you'll find us as well.
Yeah. Is there any way that you would like the community to get involved with you? If so, how can they get involved?
Well, the mask on Facebook will be massive help, and Twitter as well. Retweeting loads of our tweets. We want to get statistics out there. We want to get reality out there, really, of the impact depression can have on young men. So, any involvement that you're willing to give us would be amazing.
And can I just say, it is Mental Health Awareness Week next week. So, on our Facebook we'll have a lot of information. So get onto that. Centered Bedford @centered_Bedford.
If you didn't hear that, centered_Bedford.
So it's a good job that we brought you on this show then, if Mental Health Week's next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, excellent. So, is there anything you want to leave our listeners with today? I mean, you've said a lot. Any statistics that you've got for them, just to put out there so people can know how serious this whole depression is? And
I think
just
the statistics we've already thrown out there, like 1 in 4 young people are currently suffering with depression, and it will continue until something can be done about it. And I think it's important to know that the effect depression can have. Like, people know that people do suffer depression, but they just sort of ignore it and assume it's something that they'll get over. But it can be a lifelong mental illness and something that people are embarrassed to come forward for. So I think if you can support anyone with depression, do it, because it will mean the world to them. So,
especially the statistic with males, that 75% of people that commit suicide are males. So that's astonishing, really. So like I said, people really need to understand that depression is an illness, and it should be taken seriously.
I feel you guys proper. Excellent. I'm glad you got to come on the show today.
thank you for
And
having us.
it's been worthwhile. So anybody wants to text in, you know the number. It's 077 86 200 690. Text beats and your message. I'm sure the centered guys are going to stay in here until the end of the show, so if you want to say anything to them, just text in, let us know what you got to say. And you know what, guys, big thank you for coming on today.
Thanks a lot.
And I wish you all the best of luck with your social action campaign.
And I'll sure you'll put our links on your description as well on YouTube. Yeah? Just go on YouTube as well.
All right then, we will put all of that up for you.
We'll do that. We'll do that. So the next song that we got today is Styles P, My Life.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yes, please.